Family ecstasy is cracked and the Sky individuals return, including a Symbol Na-6 adaptation of one Colonel Miles Quaritch, Stephen Lang, who has come to complete what he began, remembering retaliation for Jake for the demise of his human structure. He returns with a gathering of previous human now Na-6 warriors who are the film's fundamental bad guys, however not by any means the only ones. Once more Symbol, the method of water projects the military, planet obliterating people of this universe as its most genuine lowlifes. However, the miscreants' intentions are some of the time a piece dim. Around part of the way through, I understood it's not exceptionally clear why Quaritch is so aim on hunting Jake and his family, other than the plot needs it, and Lang is great at playing frantic. The heft of Symbol, the method of water relies on a similar inquiry Sarah Connor pose in the Eliminator motion pictures, survival for family? Do you get away from the strong adversary to attempt to remain safe or turn and battle the harsh wickedness? From the outset, Jake takes the previous choice, driving them to one more piece of Pandora, where the film opens up by means of one of Cameron's long-lasting fixations, H2O. The flying gymnastics of the main film are displaced by submerged ones in a district run by Tanawari, Bluff Curtis, the head of a group called the Metkayina. Himself a family man, his better half is played by Kate Winslet. Tanawari is stressed over the peril the new Na-6 guests could bring yet can't dismiss them. Once more, Cameron plays with moral inquiries concerning liability despite a strong wickedness, something that repeats in a gathering of business poachers from Earth. They set out to chase hallowed water creatures in shocking groupings during which you need to help yourself that none to remember what you're watching is genuine. The film's midriff moves its concentrate away from Tarnish/Quaritch to the area's youngsters as Jake's young men gain proficiency with the methods of the water faction. At last, the universe of Symbol feels like it's extending in manners the main film didn't. Though that film was more centered around a solitary story, Cameron integrates various ones here in an undeniably more aggressive and eventually remunerating style. While a portion of the thoughts and plot improvements, like the association of Curie to Pandora or the curve of another person named Bug, Jack Champion, are for the most part table setting for future movies. The whole task is made more extravagant by making a bigger material for its narrating. While one could contend that there should be a more grounded hero/bad guy line through a film that disposes of both Jake and Quaritch for extensive stretches, I would counter that those terms are deliberately unclear here. The hero is the whole family and, surprisingly, the planet on which they live, and the main bad guy is everything attempting to obliterate the regular world and the creatures that are so associated with it. Watchers ought to be cautioned that Cameron's ear for discourse hasn't improved. There are a couple of lines that will procure unexpected giggling, however there's nearly something enchanting about his way to deal with character, one that marries dated narrating to leading-edge innovation. Gigantic blockbusters frequently mess their universes with superfluous folklores or histories, while Cameron does barely to the point of guaranteeing this unimaginable world stays interesting. His more profound subjects of environmentalism and colonization could be justifiably excessively shallow for certain watchers, and the way he co-picks components of native culture could be viewed as tricky, and I wouldn't contend against that. Yet, assuming a family involves this as a beginning stage for discussions about those topics, then, at that point, it's even more a net positive as opposed to most blockbusters that give no food to thought. There has been such a lot of discussion about the social effect of Symbol as of late, as superheroes ruled the last 10 years of mainstream society such that permitted individuals to fail to remember the Na-6. Watching Symbol, the method of water, I was helped to remember how generic the Hollywood machine has become throughout recent many years and what frequently the blockbusters that genuinely cause a mean for on the structure to have shown the individual dash of their maker. Consider how the greatest and best movies of George Lucas and Steven Spielberg could never have been made by any other individual. Symbol, the method of water is a James Cameron blockbuster, completely. I actually trust in him.